Hey guys, welcome back to Ed's Garage. So this is going to be my biggest video yet. We're doing a 1-week overlanding trip throughout British Columbia. It's going to be awesome. I've got my two boys coming with me. My wife is coming as well, of course. Now, this is just the first morning. We're just starting to get stuff packed into the truck. I'll show you what we got here so far. So we've got this little bit of stuff that's going to go up in the rooftop tent. This whole pile of stuff over here that we've got to somehow manage to find a way into the truck as well. This is the truck, guys, 2007 Hummer H3. I've put on a light bar, a winch, I've done the headlights, changed them out, did a little bit of cosmetic work here, put on some 35-inch tires. Well, to be honest, I put on some new 35-inch tires. We've got the beautiful Overland Vehicle Systems Nomadic 4 tent. Up there I've got my homemade DIY shower. I've got my nice Chinese trasharoo here, because of course you want to pack out whatever you pack in. We've got clips here for mounting the axe and the shovel. We'll see that later. Got some new tail lights as well. Up here we're going to have the jerry can that's just ratchet strapped to the tire. It's very, very, very tight. It's not going anywhere. Let's have a look inside. Alright, in the back here, of course, we've got the all-important gear drawer. So, got a little nail that stops that from sliding out. So pull that out. Inside our gear drawer, everything we need for recovery. We've got a air compressor that I've installed in the back here. So that'll be handy. My homemade fold-out table, which I'll show you guys later as well. This right here, this is my charge controller for the solar panel, which is mounted up on top of the roof. Now that solar panel is going to keep my 1 kilowatt Mercedes-AMG lithium-ion starter battery. That charged up for me. And then we're going to have a little freezer right here. So the freezer, I'll show you next. Right, the freezer that we'll be using for our trip is this guy right here. This is the Joy Tutus. This one is their 18 quart, if I remember correctly. So it is the little small guy. But what the plan is essentially I've got 2 large freezer packs in here, and I'm going to put one in the cooler and keep the other one in the freezer, and then I'll just swap them out. So when the one in the cooler thaws out, swap them out. The axe we'll be using on our trip is the Fiskars 36-inch splitting axe. This thing has gotten a lot of fantastic reviews. I've got the Fiskars 14-inch hatchet, and it's been phenomenal, so I decided to go with the Fiskars axe as well. Let the packing begin. One thing I wanted to mention, anytime you're going on an overlanding trip and you're only with one vehicle, especially if you're bringing kids along, I mean, some of the most important things to consider, obviously safety related. We're going into some pretty heavy bear country. There's going to be a lot of grizzly bears up there. So I've got 2 cans of bear spray, a package of bear bangers, as well as an air horn, which I will show once we get set up on camp as well. But also I'm bringing this spot beacon that a friend of mine lent me. Thank you, Chris. This is their generation 2. It's not great, but it'll do the job. Essentially, there's a little panic button on here, so in an emergency I can hit that. It'll send a message to, well, Chris, as well as my mom. So we've got 2 points of contact if there's anything going wrong. And I can check in every single day as well and just let them know that I'm okay. We've temporarily opened up the tent because we're actually going to be throwing all of our bedding, as well as some of the flat items like our shower toilet enclosure. And my wife's up there kind of just flattening everything up. And our tarp. Nice new tarp. This should all fit nicely inside the tent when it's all laid flat. And that way we don't need to store it in the vehicle. First bin in, wasn't exactly sure where to put the camping chairs, so after we filled up the tent with all the blankets and the pillows and the sleeping bags and all that stuff, I strapped all the chairs to the roof of the rooftop tent. The top of the, well, it's actually the bottom of the tent, really. Also got my jerry can mounted in place. Nice tie-down strap holding that. Got the axe and the hammer mounted up. So these guys here, they're called Quick Fist. And there's a couple different ways of mounting them. I just bolted it right to the door. Right, so playing Tetris, I managed to get most of the stuff in the back here. We've got the cooler in front of the chainsaw and the toolbox, and we've got the bag for my wife and I on top of the grill, which is also underneath the toilet, which has got all the propane tanks in it. And we got 2 bins with food. Got to figure out where to put my tripod. I think this is perfect. There we go. All right, we are all packed up, ready to go. Right, so inside the cab, we have a full 9-inch Android screen that I'll be able to use to navigate as a backup if my phone starts screwing up. We have the Joy Tutus freezer and some bins sitting on top of the seat there in between the kids. Completely loaded full. Basically no room left. There's a little bit right there, which is kind of nice. Worst case scenario, we're pulling 1.1 amps and 14.4 volts in from the solar panel at the moment. It's just because we're not really facing the sun. So that is working properly. And we're ready to go. And we're off on our 1-week-long overlanding trip. Our first stop is Whipsaw Trail, which is just outside of Princeton, British Columbia. Beautiful trail. It's not really in our northerly direction that we're wanting to head. But the rest of the family hasn't been there before, so we're going to show off the trail to them and see how they like it. All right, we're just coming up to the turnoff for Whipsaw Trail. Just around this corner here. All right, we are off of the pavement for a while. Alright, we're at the start of Whipsaw Trail. I'm going to go ahead and air down the tires already. Yeah. Got these cool little deflators. And they're all set for 20 PSI. There she goes. Alright, we just took a little break here and we just met up with these awesome guys in their Jeeps. They're gonna head on ahead and we'll probably see them again at our campsite. So we've been on the trail for quite a bit today. We're at sort of the fork between, right at the Dudney Trail to Whipsaw. You can see the sign right there, whatever that means. We've gone through a little sort of gathering section where all the mud pits are. And now we're just looking for the lakes so that we can set up camp. Yeah, on we go.
Surrender on the quayside. You remember we used to run and hide in the shadow of the cargoes. I take you one time. We're counting all the numbers down to the waterline. When me and Mrs. on the dog-leaf stairway, kisses in the darkened doorway. Foghorn blowing out a wild and cold. The policeman, he shines a light on my shoulder. Up comes a coaster, fast and silent in the night. Over my shoulder, all you can see are the pile. No money in our jackets and our jeans are torn. Your hands are cold, but your lips are warm.
Alright, we're at the first major lake on Whipsaw Trail. I'm not sure what it's called. I know that there's a lodestone lake, but I'm not sure if this is or not. This is where we're going to set up camp. So I've got the truck fairly level. And now it's just a matter of getting it all out.
I can go? Is there a light to get me there? If I've forgotten what to say, it's because all words are dust. If this is really what you think, how come you won't look me in the eye? All this crying in your sleep as I lie awake beside. T-shirt I can wear, 'cause I'm soaking, look at me. What do you mean I don't love you? I am standing here, aren't I? Maybe you thought of it first. Maybe I get all the praise. Is there a place I can go? Is there a light to get me there?
What you making there, my dear? All right, we got camp pretty much set up. Just about to start up the fire. There's a bazillion mosquitoes here, hence why Leslie's wearing a hoodie. Throw them on the burger, a little extra protein. Brandon and I decided to take a little hike. Someone told us to take a hike, so we just said, okay, started taking a hike. Check that out. Woo-wee! That's a cool picture. Okay, I gotta take a picture. Guys, I can't tell you how beautiful this is up here right now. The sun is setting. We're somewhere on Whipsaw, right near the first lake.
Wake up, call, coffee and juice. Remembering you. What happened to you?
Bear spray ready to go. Constantly making noise.
I wonder if we'll meet again. Talk about life since then. Talk about why did it end. It made me feel like the one. Made me feel like the one. look at me now. So take a look at me now. So take a look at me
All right, first morning. It was freaking cold last night. Got down to probably about 5 degrees Celsius, maybe even a little bit colder. We had a tiny bit of rain, wasn't too bad. Yeah, we're just up, got the fire going, getting a little bit warmed up. Yeah, rooftop tent worked out great. Mattress is a little thin, so it's kind of rock solid. But it was all right. We all kind of slept. My age is catching up with me. Had to get up like twice in the middle of the night. Here's what our beautiful campsite looks like this morning. Brewing up some coffee. Table is great success. Kids are still in the tent being lazy. That's okay. Leslie's toasting some bagels. Great thing about bagels is they've got holes in them, so you can just put them on a stick and roast them over fire. That outside one's just giving her in a circle.
roll away your stone, I'll roll away mine. Together we can see what we will find. Don't leave me alone at this time, for I'm afraid of what I will discover inside.
Alright, we made it up to Memorial Rock. Hummer's performing beautifully. I'd really like to attempt Memorial Rock in the Hummer, but not for this trip. This is our basically our second day in, and the whole back end of the truck is loaded with stuff. Not only that, but if anything goes wrong, then our trip's going to be cut short. So and we're all alone here. There's nobody else. So never attempt something like this alone anyway. Yeah, that's where we're at. So we're going to continue on and see where we end up.
how this grace thing works. It's not the long walk home that will change this heart, but the welcome I receive with the restart. Darkness is a harsh turn, don't you think? And yet it dominates the things I see. Darkness is a harsh turn, don't you think? And yet it dominates the things I see. Stars, hide your fires. These here are my desires, and I will give them up to you this time around. And so I'll be found with my stake stuck in this ground, marking the territory of this newly impassioned soul. Hide your fires. These here are my desires, and I will give them up to you this time around. And so I'll be found with my stake stuck in this ground, marking the territory of this newly impassioned soul. But you've gone too far this time. You have neither reason nor rhyme with which to take this soul that is so rightfully mine.
All right, we made it to Wells Lake. Just gonna stop, have some lunch, and then we're gonna continue on. Just a quick stop today. Shelter's seen better days. So out of the two boys, one of them's doing good. The other one wants to get the hell out of here. Go home already. But he can't. And the shelter's about to go up in flames too. One, two, three, four, five. I think we got enough frying pans here, guys. Alright, so we left Princeton about an hour ago. We are taking the 5A. Basically, I set the navigation, you can see right here, set it to Jasper National Park, and basically we're just going to keep driving north until we find some off-road trail somewhere to camp. So that's where we are right now. If you haven't already been on Highway 5A, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely gorgeous between Merritt and Princeton. Pretty spectacular, lots of little lakes dot the way up. Alright, we'll see you at our campsite. When you're doing that. Yeah. There you go. Keep that chainsaw right against the tree. Alright, getting prepped to toast some marshmallows. Got my Kilkenny. Oh. set a course for Vail Mount, or whatever it's called, up near Robson National Park, Robson Provincial Park, Mount Robson, something rather. That's going to be about 3 hours, and then we're going to see where we go from there. We'll probably head up to Prince George. But yeah, campsite last night was awesome. Good time, eh, boys? We had a good time, right? Roasting marshmallows, making s'mores. Great time. All right. Catch you later.
I found myself so far down, away from the sun that shines into the darkest place. I'm so far down, away from the sun again, away from the sun again. I'm over this.
Alright, camp spot number 3. We are just outside of Cold Fire Creek. Apparently they do like, I don't know, dog sledding or something rather. So we're on the Cold Fire Creek Forest Service Road. We're not that far in from Highway 5A. On the way to Prince George, have the transmission looked at. So transmission's in limp mode. It does not shift into first or fourth by itself. So when you start off in second, maybe third gear, and that's all you get. So something screwy, hopefully something minor. We're gonna go to a transmission shop tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Prince George. It's about a 3-hour drive from here. Truck's still running great and still drives. It just doesn't shift properly. So hopefully it's something simple. Tonight, before we go to bed and do stuff while the light's still out, I'm gonna get underneath and screw with some wiring and see if I can figure out what's going on, because it's almost like the transmission's just not communicating with the PCM, and the PCM's not telling it when to shift and going to overdrive and that sort of thing. So maybe a wiring harness or something like that. Maybe there's a sensor that's dirty. I mean, we put this thing through hell on Whipsaw Trail and then decided to drive several thousand kilometers. Probably not the best way to do things, but it's done. But anyway, check out this campsite. So I was contemplating canceling my whole video production because, as it turns out, my transmission's done for. Looks like the clutch between 3 and 4, third and fourth is screwed. At least that's what I've been told by a technician. I actually think it's between the second and third, but either way, something's screwed. So we decided to cut short and headed south from Prince George. We made it through Lac La Hache, and we were bummed out, so we were gonna head home, and decided, well, I was tired. I also screwed my back up, so that didn't help, and didn't want to drive too much longer, so we decided to find another camp spot. I'm not sure exactly where this is, but it's a pretty beautiful place. There's Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Got the campfire, there's Brandon, there's Wesley. So, kind of hard to see in here, but maybe tomorrow I'll take another video. In any event, we're limping home. I didn't bother getting the transmission fixed while we're out there because I think it's under warranty. It's actually a rebuilt transmission. It's a GM remanufactured transmission. So we're not far off a road here. We're pretty close to the main highway, and we're just going to limp it back home real carefully tomorrow. It's been doing okay, so I think we'll be alright. Right now we've got some steaks thawing out right in that bag and in that, not bag, in that tin foil and that tin foil. Once they thaw out, we're going to throw them on the grill, flaming hot for a few seconds on both sides, and have ourselves a nice steak dinner. Alright, so we just heard a whole bunch of movement over there in the bushes. Figured it'd be a good time to fire off a bear banger, just to be on the safe side. So, if you've never used a bear banger before, you got your charge, little cap, protective cap over the charge, and your firing pin. This is the safe position here. You bring it out of safe position, pull it down, release it, and it fires off the bear banger. What you want to make sure of is if the bear is between you and about 100 feet away, last thing you want to do is fire it towards the bear, because it might go over his head. Now in our case, wherever it was pretty far away, so I'm going to fire it on a bit of an arc in that general direction. Always keep it at arm's length away from you. Ready? Firing. 3, 2, 1. And that's a bear banger. That's pretty cool.
I felt that.
Tell you one thing, whatever was over there, it's getting out of here in a hurry. The other thing we brought along, obviously, was the bear spray, but this is the air horn as well. I'm trying to get you. I'm getting you fumbling your air horn on there.
It was fine yesterday.
All right, and we got the bear spray as well, just in case.
Yeah, don't let me like it.
All right, our steaks are thawed, more or less. So, I'm gonna go with a generous amount. We've already got butter all over it, so that should be fine. Generous amount of pepper, salt, now because we're going to be cooking over fire, direct flame, there's going to be a lot of free radicals. You know, this is going to help prevent that. This is rosemary. Sure that stays on. Pat that down real nice. Alright, we're going to take our grill and throw it right on top of the fire. Alright. Yeah. Inferno. Alright, so we're going to wait for that grill to get scorching hot, and then we'll throw the steaks on. Alright, made sure to grill every single side, including the sides. Woo! Fantastic. Alright, well, it's morning after the 4th night, and we're just gonna make some coffee and then head home.
Sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright
step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places, but the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south, way on down south, London town. You check out Guitar George, he knows all the chords. Mighty strictly rhythm, he doesn't want
Alright,
to
so we're on our way home. Got about 4 hours of driving ahead of us, 400 kilometers or so. And so far so good. I'm playing a game of keep the torque converter locked. You can see what I'm talking about if you look at the right here. So we got torque converter clutch slip. So I'm trying to keep this number as close to 0 as I possibly can. So every time it goes up, I basically have to let off the throttle, and every time it goes down, I can give it a bit more throttle. It's just a matter of trying to keep it there as much as I can, keep the transmission temperature low. I've got a readout of the transmission temperature right here, so currently we're at 82 degrees, and everything's so far so good on this hill, so I don't actually have to let off the throttle. I can continue to go 98 kilometers an hour. So far so good. I think we'll get home. When we're on a big hill, that's when I really got to keep the speed down. So, wish us luck.
And a crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner. Drunk and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. They don't give a damn about any trumpet playing band. It ain't what they call rock and roll. And the Sultans, yeah, the Sultans, they play Creole. Creole. And then the man steps right up to the microphone and says at last, just as the time bell rings, good night, now it's time to go home. Then he makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of Swing.
Well, we made it home, and truck actually ran just fine as long as I kept the temperature of the transmission down below 100 degrees. Everything was hunky-dory. In any event, we're back home. That's the important thing. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Join me for other videos in the future. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Have a great day.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada." Kinda laughed it off. It was funny, huh? Yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, from the land of the lost, trans-Canada cross, patriotic and I honor with my hand on my heart. From the greatest of lakes to the greenest of greens, to the rockiest mountains and everything in between. Oh Canada, oh you're no fan of us, cause our movie and TV shows are so amateur. Yeah, we laugh it off, that don't really bother me. Look, we ain't serious unless we really gotta be. Humorous attitude like kids at a hall, the Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, how we claiming them all. It's a great white north, home of the funniest actors, the butt of the joke with an abundance of laughter. The red and white flag, keep it high, keep it visual. People say Canada and get stereotypical. Think we finish every sentence with buddy or bye, and if it ain't that, it's either dude A or guy. Yeah, we consider it people, and smoking marijuana, we consider it legal. Still doing rap like the 1990s, but that's how we like it, off time and grimy. I know where I'm from and I told you before. North of America, hard to ignore. Every time I go away, I tell them for sure I'm from Canada.